Hello everyone, this is your host Engineer Qadir Hussain. Today is October 28, 2024. We are back with another episode of our financial literacy series. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the difference between wish and a goal. We have our guest, Mr. A.K. Awan from California, USA. We welcome you, sir, and appreciate your time. Can you please tell us the difference between a wish and a goal?
Well, thank you so much, Kader, for having me. It's a very interesting topic. Most people are confused, in wish and a goal, and it's a very good effort um, to make it clear and let them know the difference between a wish and a goal. Um, to make it simple, a goal has to have three things. If any of those three things is missing, then it's not a goal, it becomes a wish. We wish for a lot of things. Let's take an example, right? Somebody wants to buy a car, right? Let's take an example of a car. It can be any car, right? Let's take an example of Tesla. Somebody says, you know what? Kadir says, you know what? I want to buy a Tesla. All right. Kadir, you want to buy a Tesla? That's very good. But if you ask Kadir, when do you want to buy that Tesla? And Kadir says, you know what? I don't know. If Kadir doesn't know when he wants to buy a Tesla, then it's not a goal. It's just a wish of Kadir. At the same time, there are two other things. So number one, it has that thing has to be time bound, meaning you have to assign certain time to it. So Kadir says, I want to buy a Tesla by end of December 31, 2024. Excellent. So Kadir knows when does he want to buy, right? So let me now explain you in a more simple and easy way to understand. A goal has to have three things. Number one, it has to be time bound, as I mentioned. You cannot say, I don't know. You have to know when you want to buy that thing, when you want to achieve that thing, right? That's number one, time bound. Number two, it has to be achievable. It has to be doable, right? Kadir cannot say, you know what, I want to buy downtown LA, downtown Los Angeles. What do you mean you want to buy downtown Los Angeles? There are hundreds of buildings in downtown Los Angeles. You have to be very specific. You have to be very reasonable. That goal has to be reasonable, achievable, doable. That's condition number two, right? So you have to be specific. In your case, you want to buy a car, and that is Tesla. That means it's very specific and it's doable, it's reasonable, achievable. Yes, a car can be purchased. Yes, a Tesla can be bought. That's number two. Number three, which is most important, and many people, they miss this. That goal, that thing has to be written somewhere on the wall. It's mandatory. You cannot say it's in my mind, I want to achieve. No, if it's not written, it's not a goal, it's a wish. You have to write it somewhere where you see that thing written in front of you. Let's say you wake up in the morning, 9 o'clock, right? And it's almost 9:30 and you don't want to wake up. You don't want to leave the bed. It's too hot. It's too cold, right? You had a long night. You couldn't sleep well. But the moment you look at that goal that says Qadir is going to buy this Tesla on or before December 31, 2024, you wake up. You leave the bed. That goal, that written thing wakes you up. So that is the third and most important condition for having a goal. So it has to be time bound, has to be achievable, doable, reasonable, and written. That is what goal is.
Wow, wow, that's very amazing, and you have explained it in a very beautiful manner, I say. So this is a follow-up question. How turn a wish into a goal? If somebody asks, I have a wish, and so how do you suggest he can turn his wish into a goal?
Well, it's, one of my mentors used to say, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Meaning, if you want to do it, you can do it, but you have to put an effort, right? So it's simple. It's ABC, but it's not easy. Why do I say so? Just do those three things that I mentioned. What did I mention? Decide what you want. That's number one. Kadir, let me tell you, I have met really, really thousands of people, and many of them, they just don't know what they want. It's funny. Trust me. Trust me. Many people, they keep running, and then they run very fast. And when you ask them, where are you going to? Where are you heading to? They'll tell you, I don't know where I'm going to. If the person doesn't know where he or she is going to, and they keep running at the speed of 100 miles an hour, do you think they will reach somewhere? They will reach nowhere. And I always say, if you don't know where you're heading to, every road will take you there, right? So it's simple. It's not easy. It's simple. So what you do, first, decide what you want. So it's a Tesla example. So you already know. Is it doable? Yes. Is it reasonable, achievable? Absolutely. Number two, write it down. Write it down, crystal and clear, on a huge big whiteboard, right? That can be in your bedroom, that can be in your living room, that can be in your office, that can be somewhere where you keep looking, that reminds you of your goal. And assign a date, assign a due date. And that date has to be reasonable as well. You cannot say, you know what, next week I want to buy a Tesla. Mr. Kadir, how are you going to buy a Tesla next week? You have to, have a reasonable date, a due date that can make sense. So just put these three things and convert your wish into a goal, my friend.
Wow. That's looks very easy, and I think we have learned a new thing today, that how we can just turn our wishes into a goal. I must say, wishes always uh, wrinkle in your mind, but when you put some time bound, and when you write it down, and when you assign some deadline to it, then
Exactly.
it
Absolutely.
really will be your goal. So thank you for your time, Mr. Abdul Karim, and hopefully we will meet in another episode. So thank you for your time. It's really appreciated.
Really great pleasure as always. Thank you for having me, Kadir.
Thank you.